Okay, good afternoon. Welcome again. Today we've got something totally different. I'm doing trigger guns today. What I've decided is this is my trusty SGS 35, and I thought I want to just try something else just to see what else is on the market and see what you can get for your money. So I bought myself one of these. This looks really nice, Bear Force. It's got lots and lots of features on it, which I'll go through in a minute. Got this Bear Force here, which is an exact copy of the Active at a third of the price. And then this budget one, which is so cheap, crikey, it's actually about the cost of the postage. So here we go. Let's start off with my SGS 35. This one, I've had this now for about 3 years. I swapped this part for a Bear Force simply because it had a knurled end here, and with the amount of on and off with all the testing I was doing, it made my fingers bleed, literally. So I got this Bear Force one, and it's as smooth as silk. I put it on the channel and was so impressed with it. And it's beautiful. It cost about £4, and it's one of the best upgrades I think you can get for a trigger gun. So I popped that on there anyway. What I'm going to do, I'll take this to pieces, show you what's inside this. I'm sure you've seen this lots of times, but here we go. Right, very important, if you're going to use one of these drills, make sure your torque wrench settings set down to something like number 3 on your plastic. You want your speed down to number 1, you don't want to go crazy with it. The actual bit that you want for this is a T15. Okay, so here we go. Let's go for it. Make sure we're going the right way. These are stainless steel screws in this. It's really good quality, this MTM SGS 35. I bought this from Interdetailing. Rather, I didn't. My wife did. She bought it me for Christmas. I think we'll find that my wife buys me most of my car detailing things. Everybody wants a wife like mine. She's even doing the filming again today. Here we go. We're apart, just like that. And just look at the quality of that. Stainless steel. All stainless steel. And that is, this is not likely to be stainless steel. This is going to be brass, and it's going to be chrome plated. This is. We've got a pin on here which I took the pin out here when I bought it, and I lubricated it because I do it with everything I buy. I always take things to pieces. This just wore itself, the plastic here just wore itself off and crumbled away with the chemicals, so that just fell off. This itself here, I tried to make it even nicer. Put all sorts of chemicals in to try to make it smoother, but I couldn't. It's as smooth as it's ever going to get. And you've got this little pin here. It does nothing, but it just sits in there. Okay, so there's your internals for that one. This is a number 2 screwdriver, number 2 Phillips. Remember the olden days, like 40 years ago? Used to do these by hand. And they used to say they were the good old days. Really? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. I do things quite different to other people, don't I? You know, I normally take them to pieces and then show how they go together, and then show the features of them. Or sometimes I show the features and then, you know, how they go. But today we're taking it to pieces and then we'll have a look at what the features are. Sometimes you take them to pieces and then you find out what the features are as you're taking it to pieces. It's quite handy. I like things like that, jigsaw puzzles as I call them. I've always enjoyed, I used to take clocks to pieces when I was a kid. And things, I've always enjoyed taking things to pieces. This is a bit stiff. It's almost like it's got another screw in it, but it's not. Yeah, it's just a little bit stiff. What it'll be a little plastic. It'll be one of the plastic mouldings once. There we are, where it's caught. There's a spring there, we need to be careful with that when we put that back together, look. Okay. Now this is certainly not stainless steel. That's really well greased. If you can zoom in here, that's beautifully greased there. That looks like it's got lithium grease on that. You can often tell that because it's white. Now, that's a very nice feature. It's got a bush in there, a metal bush. So that's not going to wear. So you've got metal on metal there. Look, a metal pin on a metal bush. And then you've got another metal pin there, look. And that metal pin goes on that one there. So this is going to last a long time. This is really well made, this is. And it's greased very well. That's a really nicely put together piece of kit, that is. I like that. Now, this piece here, this is stainless steel. This piece here looks like stainless steel, but it could be fooling me. It could be brass and chrome plated. Looks a bit shiny for stainless. So I'll hold my breath on that one. That's certainly brass. That's definitely stainless steel. That's stainless steel, definitely. So, some nice components in that for the price. And that comes with a set of these as well. So that's a really nice piece of kit for that much money. So, let's put that one over there. And have some bits put together when we're done. We'll have some fun. Right, let's take this one to pieces. This one, for I think less than £10, comes with all these, and that comes with an extra one. That's a shampoo one. Even this one doesn't come with that. Not very good, to be honest with you. And then this little bit to hang on your belt. The gun doesn't come, yes it does, it comes with this as well. And let's take this to pieces. Number 2 again. Number 2 screwdriver. Phillips. Chrome plated screws. This is not going to come apart very easily. There we go. It has. Oh dear. Yeah. No wonder why it's cheap. Crikey. This is cheap. Right. Now I don't know what. I did wonder what makes that. There must be a hell of a spring in here, because this is super difficult to push back. That's the most difficult of all of them by a long way. Now this is aluminium, would you believe? And this is aluminium. This is tat. This is aluminium and it's anodized, so it's not going to corrode. And this is aluminium anodized. That part there, that's aluminium, also anodized. That's a nice piece. That's a metal one. They don't always come with the metal ones. They often come with the plastic inserts, and that came with that. So it's got some nice bits with it. I mean, I think it was less than 10 quid. I mean, it's going to work. It's going to work. It's going to do the job. But we're going to test the flow on it. It's not going to have much flow, I don't think. I mean, look at the size of the tube of that compared to that. Now, if I measured the diameter of that to that, and then you multiply that by pi, and you'll probably find, even though it doesn't look double the thickness, you're going to get less than half a flow through that to that. That'll be a definite. So what we'll do, we'll measure the flow, although I must say, by the time you finish with the size of the hole up the end there, you're probably going to wind up being about the same, because that's the restriction, the hole in there. Because it doesn't matter how big this is, that's the restriction, that's the smallest part. So it doesn't matter how big this is, it goes through the tiniest part. So we'll see. I'm going to do all the pressure tests and we'll see where we go. So now we know where we are. This one's got a spring in it inside there, a really tight, vicious spring. I don't know if you can see, but it's bending that plastic. That I haven't got any scales or anything, but that is seriously, you wouldn't want to be working and doing 2 or 3 cars using that, I can promise you. It's a really horrible thing, that is. It's nasty. That's my dogs, because the kids are out playing with balls next door. If a ball comes over, it will be destroyed in seconds. Oh, where's the ball come over? No. Oh, I thought the ball had come over. Right, here we go. Put this one back together. Oops, I'll turn this down to 2. How lovely is that? That one's stripped already, so that'll be stripped at the factory, because this one's stripped. There's no one stripped. That is beautiful. To think, there's no pressure at all on that. And there's 2 screws there. Oh no, that one's tightening. That one's tightening, just. That one's tightening. Yeah, that one's tightening enough. Crikey, that's super nasty. The threads are stripped out of these, this is just garbage. But so 10 quid, you get what you pay for. It's probably stripped and put together because some poor soul's been paid about 1.5 pence or something to put this together. It's probably slave labour and it's not right. I shouldn't be buying these things, to be truthful. Once it does is encourage people. And then if I sell them, it makes poor buggers keep having to keep working for nothing. Not even that hole properly for the screw to go down in there. That's why it's not going in. So anyway, there we go. It's just back together. Really, really, really difficult. We'll see how it goes. It's going to work, and for the money, it's probably going to be great. I never took this one to pieces. The nicest one of them all. Well, I think it is. Can't even take it to pieces. This one's put together so tight the torque setting wouldn't even undo the screws. Quite looking forward to this one. It's got nicer screws in it. They're not so vicious. The screws are, those are like wood screws in that one. These are at least like more engineering screws. Sort of engineering plastic screws. I do have some plastic tools that you use on cars to work on dashboards and things when I used to remap car engines, and they're ideal for this, and I'm too lazy to go and get them. I might wind up going to get them because I'm not going to put marks on things. Okay, this is my plastic toolkit for taking car dashboards apart, and it's just ideal for doing things like this. It'll save, it should save marking these pieces. I don't want to be marking these pieces on this. I don't want to be doing that. It's ruining things when they're brand new. It's not even had the water pipe connected to it and it'll be ruined. Now I can put the plastic bits in now, look, and pry them apart, and there's no chance of doing any damage, look. And they're not expensive, these, so buy yourself a set of those for less than 20 quid, maybe. And that's dead easy, look. I mean, that saved me a fortune. If I imagine if I damaged a car dashboard when I was working on cars, and cost me a fortune. I was working on cars that was £100,000-200,000, and it wouldn't have been very pleasant. Right, this one's a lot nicer. Got all sorts of nice bits in this one. Have a look in there. Very nice. We've got some bits that are good, some bits that are not so good. Firstly, I'm surprised really with it being bare force. It's not lubricated as that one is, and that one's bare force. These are stainless steel pins. This is a stainless steel pipe here. This is a stainless steel coupling here. Swivel. This is all brass, just like this one. It's not the same at all as that one. So we've got nothing the same there. It's nothing like that one either. So we've got nothing the same in any of them. This mechanism here is entirely different to anything, I think. Looks to me to be honest, it doesn't really do anything. Yeah, it doesn't really do anything. If you hold it back there, it feels like it should lock, but it doesn't. I think it should lock there. I think. It's got a metal sleeve here that this bearing goes up on here. This goes into here. There's something strange about this, because there's another one on this side here, another one of these. So it's clicking and going in there, but it's not actually locking. And it's... So I'll go and get my grease. And I'll put this back together. Just hold it a second, please. Okay. Right. Little touch of grease on the ramp. Touch on the ball. Touch on the other ball. Touch on the spring. Literally just a touch. It's enough. Touch on that. Push it through. Touch on that. Touch on those. Right, we'll start to put this back together now. It's going to be really awkward, I must say, getting these ball bearings back in and everything. Good fun. I reckon we should have that with that. When I work the trigger, it should help that. Can you just pass me that black cloth, please? Thank you. Right. I've just put a touch of grease on this metal ramp here. That's where the ball bearing's going to go up, and I've greased all these pins here. So we'll pop that back together. It's really quite nicely made, this is. There's a lot of bits in this for £25 this, and the active version of it is £75. So nah, still doesn't do anything. I really don't know what that's for. It clicks, but it does nothing. So we've got a lock to stop it coming on, and we don't have anything to hold it on. That click does nothing. If you took those balls out, it'd still do nothing. I can't see the point in that, to be honest with you. If somebody can see the point in that and make any notes, let me know in the notes, because I'd like to see some reasoning behind that, if somebody can see that. There's got to be a reason behind it, because they're not going to go to all that trouble of putting those parts in if there's no reason for it. But anyway, here we go. It says on it here anyway, the maximum pressure 310 bar, which is 4,500 psi, maximum 40 litres a minute, which is 10.5 US gallons per minute. Now that's quite important, because you never see that. You always hear it quoted gallons per minute. You never hear it said US gallons per minute. And that's important. We're over in the UK here, which is 4.55 litres per minute, and a US gallon is 3.8 litres per minute. 3.8 litres instead of 4.5 litres. So it's a massive difference. Nobody ever talks about that. It makes a huge difference. Maximum temperature 120 C or 248 Fahrenheit. It's got a beautiful, and it is a beautiful quick fit. So much so I went and bought one myself and put it on my MTM SGS 35. And then you've got the swivel that comes with it, which is, quite honestly, it's as good as that. It's as good as on the MTM. So that is pretty damn good when you think of the money that the MTM guns cost, and that's £24.99. That is excellent value for money. That is a really good gun. We'll put it through its paces. We'll get hold of them all together and see how they hold. I'll put the rest of them together, and then we'll have them in his hands and put them on the pressure washers. So let's put this one back together now. This one's full of features. It's quite good, this. I love how they greased this all up. This is amazing. I don't need to touch this one at all. And that's really unusual. And it's disappointing that it's the same company with their more premium product, and yet I've had to get the grease pot out. It seems crazy to me, that does. Bad news for them. So, always important that you make sure that you put these in and you put the bushings in the right holes and get them in, because if you don't, you're going to crush it when you try to get it all back together. Damage it, it'll be broke before you even try to start it up. So there you go. Just a matter of slide. I'll show it, it's easier. Slide that in, and you get that. Okay, put that in at an angle like that, then bring that down like that, and slot that in there, and then we're in. And you clip that down, then everything's in and lined up. Line this up, make sure that's all lined up in this hole. And get the other piece. Check that the bushing's in, which it is. There's no other bits there, nothing's hanging out. Put that back together, clip it over the top nice and gently. Nice and gently. Move the trigger backwards and forwards so that you know that it's all in together. As you're putting it together, make sure that you've got all the joints together. That one just slitted together dead easy, so you didn't have all this palaver, but you didn't have this holding it apart. But there we are, it's all nicely together, that one there. With that missing. Too clever, too easy. Just wanted to make sure that, there we go. Slops in there nice and easy, look. You can only go in one way. And then the spring goes in there, look. So just hold that with your finger. And upside down, hold that like that. And we go again, go around again. Yep, all nicely together again. Go. Actually, that works beautifully. This is absolutely super the way this works. That works lovely there. Look, the trigger action on this is fantastic. I'll wait till I get mine together. Just pop this together. I'm getting a bit excited here. Just pop, whoops, we missed the red bit, little red dot. Okay. Slop that together. These are so well made, these are. These really are. This has been dropped on the floor. It's not been run over, and I've not dropped it like Keeve does. And I certainly wouldn't drop it like Keeve does. Don't want to be doing that. I haven't got money to burn. Somebody wants to send them me, I'll drop them. But I'm not going to buy them and drop them. Right, there we go. Right, this is just start off with mine. And the trigger on that is absolutely beautiful. It's got a play there, look. And then nicely all the way. The stop has broken off. There's nothing to hold it on. There never was. But there did used to be something to stop it. And then it's a swivel. It's a trusty old thing, about 4 years old, 3-4 years old, had a lot of use. But that is as smooth as you're ever going to get, that is. We've got this one, that one sometimes catches on this clip here. I think it's going to be with use that gets that it goes over there. When it goes over it nicely, that is it's only a little tiny bit more stiff than this one. Almost unmeasurable, a little tiny bit. If a baby if a baby's hand was big enough, if he could pull that one in, I think he could just about pull that one in too. So you've got that where that pulls that like that, and if you press this in here, that holds the trigger on. So that holds it on for you. Then this, pull this down, and that holds it off. That's the only gun amongst these four that have got that feature. It's the only gun I've seen that has that feature. So that's pretty good. The only thing that lets this gun down, it has no swivel. But so it's not a downside. It's got this. And this. With a bit of lubricant on the in there and on the power washer, and it just twists on there anyway. This is as handy as hell. Fantastic. These come with it as well. Reactions. So I mean, these fit in here. Oh, they're nice and tight. They're going nowhere. And all that for less than £19, including post from China. Fantastic. I don't think you can get better value for money for that. It's fantastic. So we'll be trying that one. This one comes as it is. Now the trigger on that is much stiffer. Compared to that and that, you've play-wise, you've got almost an identical amount of play, but the stiffness, that is twice as stiff, I'd say. It wouldn't bother you. You're not going to get tired by holding that, but you definitely know that you've got it compared to that. I don't know if it'll make any difference when we have it on the pressure washer, when we get the pressure on it. It might make a difference then. We'll find out and I'll let you know. So the other thing, the way this holds, that holds and it fits in your hand really nicely there, look. And it just fits in your hand. It's big here. But this catches here. That catches there. And that catches there. It's not big enough. The gap there and there, that's not big enough to keep your hand in it. If you had that on all day long, you're going to get sore with that and that. I don't think there'd be any doubt about that. I think the angle of it, pretty close. It points up a little tiny bit more. Not much. You're not going to notice the difference on the angle. This one is much more comfortable holding it. It's like this one. When you hold it there, that is just much more comfortable than that. I'd definitely be picking this one. This is far more like that. The angle of it's pretty much the same as well. It's quite a bit shorter there, which is actually nice. Because that's going to, by the time you're done, your snow foam lance gun is further in, so it's going to weigh less. Less leverage on it, pulling it down for the weight. And would you believe that little bit, it does make a difference. But that's a super gun, that is. That there is just, you can see there to there, look. It's just that it fits your hand just properly, look. And this absolutely doesn't, look. It's right stuck in your hand here and it's stuck in your hand there. That's not a keeper. That one, that's not a nice one. That one's nicer. That one's actually nicer there. There and there. But by God, you feel it there. You'd be knackered. By the end of doing your car, you'll be knackered. Your hands will be dropping off. You know those things that you have in the gym where you go like this? You want 2 of these, 1 in each hand, save your money, just get 1 of those in each hand, and it tell you that your hands will be like, you'd have muscles like no tomorrow on the back of your hands here. That is horrendous, that is. That for what it is, it don't need that. That's just stupid. And the size of it's okay. And it's going to be dead short by the time it gets this on it. By the time we get one of these on it, it's going to be right here, so that's going to be great. The angle of it's totally different. We'll have to see what it's like when it goes. But if you got a little car and you only washed it every now and then, I'd say, yeah, it's okay. It's got a lock. It's got a lock on it, look, and it works, and it's firm, and actually it's got a step in it here, look, where it goes. 2 of the threads are stripped in it already. It's honestly, it's tat. There's a chap on the internet, and he tests tools on YouTube, and he actually throws stuff like this in the dustbin. And that'll be where this will be going. That is. This isn't brass actually. This is anodised aluminium. The whole lot is anodised aluminium. That's going to corrode like crazy. That's probably going to last 6 months, 6 to 8 months. That is. It says, warning, do not point at human body. Severe injury may result. I think severe injury may result just using it. Maximum bar 300, 4,500 psi. This one is 5,775 psi, 45 litres a minute, it's 12 US gallons. And 160 C, this one. That one doesn't give any spec. Right, let's put on some pressure washers, shall we?
Okay.
Yeah, using the Bosch Aquatech 110 bar, using the MTM SGS 35, 40 jet, 40 orifice, 50.25 bar. Bosch Aquatech and the Bare Force identical 50.25 bar. Bosch Aquatech now using the Bare Force identical 50.25 bar. This is all going to be the same, I think. Right. Bosch Aquatech with the cheapest chips version. We've lost 2.5 bar, which is not as much as I expected, given how thin the hoses are, but here we go. Arva Evolution P80, using the El Cheapo from AliExpress, down to 60 bar. Now that is shocking. That is a bad result. Arva P8 Evolution, now using the Bare Force model with all the bells and whistles. Settling at 60 bar. Okay.
Oh,
Evolution P80 with the bare force. There we go. 105p bar constant all the way through. There is a huge difference of the internals of these trigger guns. Don't let anybody tell you any difference. Yeah. Arva Evolution P80 MTM SDS 35. Exactly the same as the bare force copy of the quality one. I'm going to have to fill in the name of that and dub that in. I can't remember it. It's a copy of a good quality one. I can't remember the name of it, but the other two, they're just not the same. The internals are not the same, and they're holding the pressure back dramatically by like 50 bar. So when people say trigger guns are the same, they are not the same, and there's the proof of it. I hope this helps you and saves you a lot of money.